YouTube, how are we doing, my goats? How are we doing, bros? Broettes. We did not practice how we were going to start this, so we're completely free balling right now. But how are we doing, goats? How are we doing? It is your boy, Bloody Pikachu. I am joined by my illustrious, let's go illustrious, fire adjective, W adjective,
Okay.
illustrious co-host, Viva Lanova, my goat.
Hello, chat. Welcome to our podcast.
This is our
We're starting a
podcast.
podcast.
Dude, we gotta start a podcast. I think first and foremost, first of all, we're recording this March 28th, right? This should be released on April 1st, right? Funny little thing, but this requires context because this is very random, right?
Absolutely.
We said
This
nothing
is
publicly about
yeah.
doing this. This is very very random. I agree.
Mhm.
Go sip of my drink. So I think we need to explain kind of what's going on here. Um, First of all, I mean they know me, but Nova, you want to get any other introductions out the way for yourself, bro? Of course.
um. Yeah. My name is Nova. You can call me Nova, but I go by Lenova on all of my socials. I am an
Facts.
associate with Bloody Pikachu, to put it lightly.
So
Um.
some
I,
business partner,
yeah. So yeah.
some guy.
Uh, I am an Australian. I'm an Australian guy. I live down here. Um, I make art or whatever, and
It's true.
I don't know. There's not too much about me, but um, shit. I don't even have anything in my bio. I actually have nothing to go off of. That's what I did. But yeah.
Free
Um,
balling, baby.
I free balling. I've
Uh,
been around here for the past
has been on some
4 years
streams.
in
Codec
this
Award.
side of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Co
A few
presenter.
games, yada yada yada. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
am. I have been into Codex several times since 2023, I think. So
2023, yes.
I'm a veteran of his of that whole that whole charade, if you will. So I've been omnipresent, if you want to call it that. Honestly, I just haven't been totally in the limelight like some of the other Bloody Pikachu normals are on the stream or whatever, like your SEs or your uppers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever.
But chat,
Um,
there's a
yeah,
history to this, for sure. Or if you had anything else you wanted to,
there is a history.
there's a
There is a
history
history.
to why we
People.
are doing a podcast. Okay, and I think it's important to get this out of the way. But we have a history with this idea, right? So me and Nova known each other, I would say, what, 4 going on 5 years, right? Right, pretty
I'll say four. Yeah.
about 4 years, right? Pretty tight. That's my goat. Um, and I think I would say that we are pretty similar personality wise, right? I think we have a very similar uh humor style of humor. I think we have similar comedic timing. I think we have shared interests, and I think that is notable because we have developed a bit over the last, I would say, 3 years, right? Over the last 3 years, we've kind of developed this bit, right? By complete happenstance, right?
So you know what
So
Jinx is. You know
you
the idea
know
of Jinx.
the idea of a jinx, right? Chat. We'll be in normal conversation, right? Me and Nova, and and we'll have the same joke response to something at the same time, simultaneously, right? It happens. I think
Yeah.
probably once a month at this point, at least, that we by coincidence say the exact same thing at the exact same time. And through that, we developed a bit. One time it happened, I said as a joke, dude, we should start a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Because it was a stupid, like, funny thing to say, because I'm like, oh dude, we're so like minded, we gotta link up and do this podcast. And then that
It's all
became
like
the bit. Right. And then that became the bit for every subsequent every subsequent incident of us saying the same thing at the same time is, dude, we gotta start a podcast. And that went on for like 3 years until now, where we
yeah,
are
yeah.
we are finally sitting down and we're recording a fucking podcast episode.
Dude, there's like, considering it's happened like so much, there's no way we couldn't. Like if
We
this
have
was
to,
just
bro.
like a one-off thing or like a two-off thing, like then like whatever. But this is a recurring bit over the past 3 years.
It is
It's
a
happened like
common
way too many
occurrence.
times to count at this time. Yeah, it's like it happened way too many times at this point to like even like disregard it in that sense. It's just
Absolutely.
like I think it was fate that brought us here. Honestly,
I
I
think
think we
fate brought us to this podcast.
right. Yeah,
I'll say
absolutely.
off the top, this is a funny April Fool's thing, Will episode 2 exist? Who
Right.
knows? Maybe if
Oh,
if
really?
the people enjoy it, if we enjoy doing it, maybe we continue, bro. You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
we
Well,
got
things
good.
happen if there's stuff to talk about, of course.
I think for sure, and we
Because
got a good number of things to talk about today. Absolutely.
we've got like it's been a busy week, so like we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, the things that
Like
I would
not even
over
just
the
in the
past
past
like
month.
week and a half, I think. But recently,
Mhm.
right? Recent sort of topics to delve into. And there's a lot.
Right.
Before we dive into those proper, I wanted to start this. First of all, giving the history, right? I also, if you look at the top there, right, what I've laid out, it just says
I
podcast
see that.
name, right? We did not we did not come together for a
We
name
did
before
not think
this.
of a name.
We did not think of a name. We did not come together with a name. So I think it's only fitting. I think it is only fitting that we name the pod at the start of the pod.
So this is the hard part, right? Because I did not take any notes. I have nothing. I have to like go off on a whim. Um, shit.
Cause I was brain crafting some ideas, right? I don't have any specifics. But I was like, okay, what's the kind of thing here? I'm thinking I'm American, you're Australian. Do we do like something like that, something global, or like the
The sound of that actually.
like the Every Which Way podcast or something, or the
Every
stupider,
which way.
the more stupid idea I had was we coin our catchphrase and we just call it the Let's Start a Podcast.
Listen, I disagree. I think I disagree with that strongly because there are probably like 10 other podcasts with that exact same name, and I'd want us to like
Are
stand out a little
there?
bit. Like,
I I
I
I
feel
I
like
have
there's
not
like
looked it up.
20
Let's start
podcasts that are
a.
like, dude, one day we just said, let's start a podcast, but like when we were thinking of a name, let's just call it,
Oh yeah, you know what? I
let's
do
start
see.
a
I
podcast.
it
Right?
immediately pulled up a YouTube channel called Let's Start a Podcast.
Yep. Yep. There we go.
Okay.
I feel like what you were thinking of like immediately with like the dynamic of an Australian and an American like starting a podcast. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that's a good place to like start. Honestly,
I think that is a good foundation, right? Like the
okay.
like the up and down, the upside down, the every which
The Upside
way.
Down podcast. That's a Stranger Things podcast. There's probably like a
The
Stranger Things
the upside
podcast
down.
that
I'm
does
looking that one up too. That one, I feel like that one has to exist,
that.
and is a Stranger Thing. I think you're
And it
absolutely
has
right.
to be a Stranger Things podcast.
The upside down podcast. Yes. Yeah. Oh my god, I see 3. I see 4. I see 5. Okay.
You see 5. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem, dude.
There's a
Because
lot
like
of upside down podcasts.
it's shocking, like how many like podcast names are taken, like in terms of ones that like you would want. But um, because I feel like if you look something up, like if you look up a random thing and then just say podcast at the end, it probably exists. I
Every which way has one as well.
every betray. Oh man.
What about like the double A's? America, Australia, the double A podcast.
Oh, but America is like, man, I don't know, like because it's like the USA, not just like America, right? I feel like we could do something like, I don't know if you've said what state you're from, like on your stream or whatever. I don't want to dox you.
Yeah, yeah. I have I. I mean, I don't care that much, right? But what were you thinking with that?
Yeah, like it could be like Kentucky Fried something, you know? Not like the Kentucky Fried Podcast, but like something Kentucky
The
Fried,
Kentucky
and
Fried
then
Kangaroo,
Kentucky Fried Emu or something. I don't
the
know.
Kentucky Fried Emu,
KFE,
KFE, the
KFE,
KFE
uh,
podcast, the Kentucky. I don't mind
KFE.
that. The
Oh,
KFE.
that's
I
the
don't mind the
KFE.
KFE podcast.
KFE definitely is off the tongue, honestly.
That is a
Honestly,
nice flow, and it's got a nice little acronym. I don't mind the KFE podcast, bro. I don't see anything for that
we,
either.
we you know what? We could do that. We could do that,
I
man.
think I
If
fuck
it's
with
not
that, bro.
taken, we can. You're
I'm
already changing it, like on the.
I well, I was gonna
I
do
mean,
that. Do you like that? I mean, I kind of fuck with
I
that,
mean, I
bro.
fuck with it. I fuck with it.
I you
Kentucky Fried
wanna
Emu. Obviously, we can abbreviate it as like KFE. It's
like
nice, simple, easy to remember.
shit,
Hey, did you
we
watch the
wanna lock
KFE
that in? I'll
podcast?
lock that in, bro.
Yeah, sure. Let's lock it in.
The KFE podcast. Ugh.
We got
I
it.
fuck
Yeah,
with that good.
that was a good like that was a good suggestion to like make it like based off of our dynamic of like being on the opposite
Mm-hmm.
sides of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
The
that was a good read.
KFE
Um,
podcast. Kentucky Fried Emus.
let's go.
Okay.
Um, now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk.
Let's lock in on some news, right?
Let's talk about it. You
Let's
know,
talk about let's talk about it. We got a good
let's
couple
talk about
things to
it.
talk about it. I was thinking we could start with some of the Nintendo news, right?
Hmm.
There's a lot of that. I think that would be a good starting place. So I wanted to first start with what Nintendo announced not yesterday, the other day, a couple days ago. They announced, I'll pull this up now. Fox McCloud in the Mario Galaxy movie, straight out of nowhere. I didn't really see people thinking this was a thing, but out of
This
nowhere.
was a Right, this was a huge surprise to like many people. I think there was like one screenshot that like he was like standing, but like you could see his like the side of his like pants like to the side of the camera. He was like out of frame, but like you can like see something that could have been like Fox McCloud.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody really thought that would like actually like be him because
That right.
come on, it's the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Like why would you expect Fox McCloud in a Mario movie? And then lo
And
and
then there's Fox
behold,
McCloud. Which is
just
crazy.
standing there like in his own poster like a week before the movie releases. This is like insane. Like as like a last minute drop.
Less than I think 6 days before the movie hits theaters, they announced Fox McCloud. Glenn Powell, Fox McCloud, good casting, methinks. I think Glenn Powell, Fox McCloud is pretty good. But
I feel like they definitely wanted to get a Top Gun
I
a
kind
Top
of
Gun
caught them.
actor, but they
Yeah,
didn't want to have the they didn't want to spend the Tom Cruise money, so they just spent the
that Glenn Powell
Glenn
money.
Powell money.
I think that makes
Yep.
sense. I think that makes sense for sure. Um, ah, I this is weird, man. See, this is weird because first of all, this opens up some fucking implications about like the Nintendo Cinematic Universe, which like,
Yeah,
ugh,
that's crazy. I don't think I okay, I don't mind Nintendo Cinematic Universe, but I don't want a Smash Bros. Movie, if that makes sense. If they're having like Fox McCloud or like show up in like the Mario movie or whatever like this, like that's fine or whatever, but
right,
Smash Bros. Kind of like does not have like any sort of plot whatsoever, so like there's like really nothing to go off of. Even the one game that had the story, like the most story, like being Subspace Emissary, like in Brawl, kind of didn't have a story. It was just
right.
like
He's
characters
very
running around
just
like different
shit
locations,
happening.
and
Character
there was
meaning
like a
does for sure.
yeah, it is the most like shit happening. Um, yeah, story ever, and I
Yeah,
feel like
I
if
go
you want, no, you go ahead.
No, no, finish that.
Fuck. Um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Miyamoto has always favored his children that aren't Mario, like more blatantly, like sometimes than others.
Mm-hmm.
Like we already saw the other week that we saw the Pikmin in
Pikmin
not
and
only just like the Mario Galaxy movie, but also in Mario Wonder
Belleville Park,
DLC
yeah.
was the blue Pikmin and like the red Pikmin or whatever. So yeah, I'm not exactly surprised that like he wanted to like sneak Fox McCloud in here because like that's his child. He loves Star Fox.
Right.
He loves those furry freaks. So I don't really. We'll just have to see how it's executed and how like heavily they lean into the
I
external
definitely
aspect of this.
I agree with your point that I think I'm fine with all these Nintendo characters existing in one universe. I just, a Smash movie feels cheap, honestly. And like a Mario movie also just kind of like feels cheap on some baseline, but I'm kind of more fine with that. Like a Smash Bros movie feels kind of cheap to me. And what I'll say as well, I hope this does not involve the Zelda movie. Is what I'll say. A Nintendo Cinematic Universe, I
Uh,
really hope would not involve the live action Zelda movie.
you think Link's gonna show up like Bob Hoskins in Who Framed Roger Rabbit and beat the shit out of like Falco Lombardi?
See,
You
that's
think that'll
my
be really
that's my
happen?
concern is they try to because that movie looks like it's going in a pretty interesting direction from what little we know about it, and I'm just afraid of them trying to cram it into fucking the Chris Pratt Donald Glover fucking Mario movie universe.
Yeah, because like Fuck McCloud and the Pikmin or whatever, like those are like external Nintendo characters, but they kind of like fit this movie or
For
like the
sure.
Mario like universe in general.
Very
Like I wouldn't
believable to
mind if
be
we saw like
in the
a
same
Kirby in this
universe.
game movie, or even like a shit who else like an Inkling or something like in this universe or like Splatoon thing. But
Mm-hmm.
like once you get to shit like Zelda, Fire Emblem, Metroid, anything like that, it just gets like
Right. Then
a little bit ridiculous,
you
you
lose
know.
me a little. It's just fucking like
It
I
just kind of
can't see them
clashes.
in the same universe, bro. I can't imagine that.
Absolutely not.
Um. So we shall definitely have to see about Fox McCloud. I also hope that I think you brought up a good point. I hope that this is not like we're not making a big deal about Star Fox, honestly, because this movie looks fucking crammed already, dude. There's so much going on in this movie. It looks like so many fucking characters. This shit and in the first movie had bad pacing. If they're trying to like make Star Fox a whole like plot line, oh, this movie's pacing is gonna be terrible, bro.
And I'm here for it. I didn't care how like how this movie turns out. I'll be there for it. Like this is gonna be stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I expect anything less, but I'm just gonna be there for a ride.
Right.
For the ride, honestly.
As a whole, I really don't know what I am gonna feel about this movie when it releases. I have no solid grasp on it as a whole. There's elements that I like and dislike. I like Donald Glover Yoshi. I think
Hmm.
that's pretty good casting, honestly. Um, and there's some shit that I've not cared for so far. Um, but as a whole, as the whole picture, I really cannot tell how this movie's gonna turn out. In a way,
Mm.
like with the first Mario movie, I'm like, okay, this looks like it'll probably be fun, and I did think it was fun, right? I enjoyed it a good bit. This I can't grasp. I have no idea how important Rosalina is gonna be. They're kind of setting it up like she might be, but then she might just get sidelined. Um, or how important Peach or Toad are gonna be. I have no idea what the fuck is going on with Yoshi. Why the Mario Brothers are babies. If that's gonna take up 30 minutes of the movie or five.
Yeah, I really don't know. It could be like anyone's game here. At this point, we just have to wait and see. Like the movie comes out in 4 days now. It comes
Four
out on
days. Mm-hmm.
April Fool's Day for me, so like that's gonna be like
So
um
it will actually be
yeah,
out as the at the
yeah,
same time as this, which is
as this
awesome.
episode comes out. Um, do you have any like final thoughts on it before it releases, or like how it's gonna be received or something? Because this is gonna be our last time talking about the movie. Like if we ever make like another episode.
Right. I think I again it's really hard. Um I think critically it will probably be about the same. I think critics will like it okay, right? Um I for the fans, I'm really not sure. I think people are all over the place. I think kind of like with Mario movie 1, I think a lot of people will be disappointed. I think a lot of people will be satisfied with what happens. I foresee this movie having similar issues to the first one, unfortunately. Especially with how much they're cramming in. I feel like the pacing is going to be a little wonky.
Right, absolutely, yeah. And I'm pretty much in the same boat. I do like imagine this movie having a similar reception to the first movie. It's just that it just kind of depends on like how it's structured because um right now everything just seems all over the place and like we've gotten like one plus synopsis from like some
Mm-hmm.
random feeder chain and like we have like nothing to go off of otherwise. We've just
Yeah,
seen like a series, which is like I guess the point of like a trailer or whatever to show us like what's in the movie, but
but
it's just
there's
hard to like
feels
place
like there's
those like
such little
plot. Like,
cohesion to it.
there's a really like not much to go off of, and they just introduced like a whole new character that hasn't been like shown at all like in the movie with his own poster. Like why would you make this if he didn't have like a prominent role
Right, and
like
it's
at all?
fucking
Like,
Glenn Powell, so there's no way he's just gonna fucking say two lines and then leave the movie. That's fucking Glenn Powell.
yeah, definitely.
So he's gonna have some role.
I I
Yeah.
just I just have no idea how it's gonna play out. I'll probably be fine with it. I'll probably like treat it for what it is, which is like a dumb, stupid ad for like Mario or whatever.
Right.
It'll be
Ultimately.
fun. If I can like quote unquote, I don't want to be that person, but turn my brain off like
Mm-hmm.
while watching the movie. But like that's kind of like what this movie is. I'm
For
not gonna
sure.
treat it like it's high art or something, or like anything that's like for provoking. It's like a Mario movie. It's the Bing Bing Wahoo like funny movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely.
Like whatever.
I definitely could see, I'll say, this movie being sort of a backdoor pitch for a Star Fox movie. Because I think Star Fox is entering its Renaissance era. And this is my excellent S tier segue into our next topic. Chat, yesterday, Nate the Hate has spoken. We've received our first round of big Nintendo 2026 leaks, right? Nate the
Right.
Hate, very prominent, usually correct leaker has come out and said, "Hey, tuck your assholes. Here's what's gonna come out," or at least predict. I don't know what of this was what he said is gonna happen versus predictions, but even his predictions are pretty accurate. So, um,
Right.
so first of all,
He's always
no. Oh, sorry.
no, it's fine. You
All
go
right.
ahead.
First of all, no general direct until June 2026. I've kind of been feeling this, right? I know people are
Yeah.
kind of direct starved right now. I get it. Personally, I think they've been outputting games at a rate where I've not felt starved from Nintendo, right? Just got the Copia, that was a banger. Tomodachi's in a couple weeks. So I personally have not been feeling like a drought, just like, you know, there's not too much information to go on.
Yeah, other people.
But
Yeah,
I
that's fine. It just depends, like, on what games you're like into as well. Like, if
for
you're not
sure
into Procopio like Tomodachi Life, then like you're it's kind of slim pickings right now. But
has been
like,
a little silent for sure.
I'm very like excited for Tomodachi Life, so I'm gonna be fine until then. That's
Hmm.
gonna be that's gonna hold me over, and like otherwise I'll just play stuff on like other consoles.
I
So like it
think
doesn't bother me that much.
I definitely think people have been holding out for a big direct. It was February, and then it was all of March, and probably
Hmm.
people will still cope through April. But and you know what? I'll always say this, man. I love direct season. I love when a direct comes out and we get to watch it, and all the news and speculation and hype is going around. I love that. But I would much,
Yeah.
much, much rather that comes with them actually being prepared to show shit as opposed to like
Yeah.
having two interesting games in a 40-minute direct. Right?
Yeah. No release dates.
Yeah. So
If
if
they just
June is
announce the
what
stuff they
I
were working on with set release dates, then like
mhm
that'd be kind of pointless because like it'll just be like a bunch of logos and nothing
mhm
else.
so if June is what I have to wait, bro, fuck it, man. I'm feeling it a little too, y'all, but ultimately, not on some Nintendo meat riding shit, but I would rather them be able to present me a fire 40-minute thing than just some dates and like one or two new games.
Right? Yeah. I'm not feeling like yeah because that's how we get like bad directs when they have to like force a direct to like be out to like make up for the marketing deals they have with like Capcom and like all of the other like third party companies or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you get like a bad direct that just like didn't need to happen.
Absolutely.
So like if they just like fitted it out right now, then like whatever, whatever,
Absolutely.
I'll be fine.
For sure. And, you know, never say never because it says general direct until June. Does not say anything about minis or whatever, and I think there will be, right? Because the immediate next blurb, new Star Fox game coming to Switch 2 summer 2026. Classic style, visuals are very good. Online multiplayer might be revealed within the next month. This is what I feel like April will have a mini or something, and this is where we will see the next Star Fox, right? And I think that will hopefully
Right.
be able to hold people over a little bit. Because
Mm-hmm.
I definitely can't anticipate nothing until June because they have nothing. I don't think they have any game dates past May with Yoshi. So I think
Right.
they
Yeah.
definitely want something out. But I guess let's talk about the idea of a new Star Fox, right?
Yeah.
Chat, I've been holding
Um.
on to the idea for a minute that Star Fox is on the way this console gen, with the
Right.
as the most graphically technically impressive console Nintendo's ever put out with the mouse control shit, and there's just been a vibe, man. I don't know, and I feel very vindicated right now. Is all I'll say.
Miyamoto, like Star Fox is Miyamoto's child. He will like stop at nothing to like make sure a Star Fox game gets made, and that is like to his liking. Like honestly, I feel like the moment, like the fact that it's like been erased so long, like since like Star Fox Zero, that he's never tried again.
Mm-hmm.
It is I don't think it's like weird, but like I don't think it's ever felt like dead. Like I know that like I just like know in the back of my mind like Star Fox is gonna like come back, while like other series just kind of like fall to the wayside, like
I
the F
absolutely
Zeros or
agree.
whatever.
I absolutely agree. I don't think Star Fox ever felt dead to me. I was kind of on the fence
Have you
about it. I'll
played?
say.
Uh,
I
what Star
played
Fox games have you played?
I played the SNES game and Adventures. Right, that second one will become relevant soon. But yeah, I'm
I
not.
played the SNES game in '64,
I'm not
so
too into Star Fox as a series. I'm kind of foreign to it, but to me, I'm kind of on the fence. Like it might be, but I never counted Star Fox out for me. I'm like, I think they could
yeah,
drop
absolutely.
one whenever, and it's a very unique game, so I think it will find an audience. Here's what I'll say about this game: Star Fox kind of has a reputation, I think, where like some people like it, but a lot of people are just like, it doesn't have the best track record of many Nintendo series, I'll say, right? Um, there's
Right.
a couple games people really gravitate towards, and there's like Adventures, which I think is kind of ass, and like Zero was
It's kind
ass,
of
and what was it, Assault,
it
right, was
exists.
ass.
People like Assault, but like
Okay,
I've never seen
is it
gameplay of it.
was it Guard?
So
People think is ass. There's too many of them.
there's a lot of them that are like kind of like bad, especially like the whole like era of like Dylan Cuthbert, like Star Fox games like Assault and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Command, which took let's say liberties with the story in those games.
For sure. I will say off of
Yeah,
these details, man, classic style Star Fox, so nothing too crazy. I think that's a good idea. Visuals are very good. I think that's a good sell with a sort of space game like that. I think the visuals being very good is absolutely a sell, and I think online multiplayer is pretty baller. I think
right.
I can't put all my eggs in one basket, right? But I do think they have entirely the potential to make a banger new Star Fox game. I think all the cards are there, right? It's been
Do
out
you
of the
think
game for a
Platinum might
while.
be involved again?
You said what?
Because Nintendo. Do you think Platinum might be involved again? Because
Ooh.
Platinum and Nintendo have been like really like obviously Bayonetta 3 kind of like came and went. Not many people talked about that, but like Nintendo and like Platinum did work on like Star Fox Zero, and like right now during that phase where like they're just kind of like this support like studio, they're just like helping like other studios make games like your Ninja Gaiden 4s or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I think it's possible, yeah.
And I
And
just
then
don't
and
know if
then
like
maybe instead of just a mini, it's like a partner showcase, and that's how they get away with having it there. Because they've had like games like that where it's like Nintendo franchises, but they're made by third party developers at partner showcases before. So maybe
right.
that's the justification for it. I think that can make
Yeah,
sense.
because I
Yeah.
don't think yeah, I don't think the problem with having Platinum was like the fact it was like made by Platinum. Like the problem with Star Fox Zero, I mean, I think it was just like deep rooted issues with like the how the game like controlled, like with the with how it required the gamepad and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
I
and
feel like if they
I
got
think
him,
with the mouse controls you circumvent that, and I think the break Star Fox has taken is very healthy for it. I feel like
it's very healthy, incredibly. Um,
I don't
it
know.
does need to feel. I don't know.
I
The
I
thing that
think
holds up,
I'll
the
really have
thing
to.
that holds me up.
Mhm.
Shit, sorry.
No,
I
no,
just
no, you
talked
got
over
it.
you like
No, you're
no, no,
good.
no.
You're good.
The part that like holds me up is like the classic style. I am kind of concerned that this does. I feel like it's gonna be like a bit similar to 64 again, which is like, well, it's good to like have it return to its like to what like people are familiar with Star Fox, but
Hmm.
I kind of don't want to. I kind of don't want 64 uh free. Like like Star Fox Zero was like 64 too, and this is just gonna be 64, but like again.
Right.
Maybe it like takes more cues from like the SNES Star Fox games or like Star Fox 2 even.
I
I'm
think that could
thinking.
work for sure. I think the problem with Star Fox really is that it's been in such a fucking like it's in a balancing act of being too ambitious, and that's landed in some issues before, or just being too samey and not interesting, right? And I think this, I'll say, I don't think this needs to reinvent the wheel. It honestly shouldn't try. I think a good standard Star Fox game is good, but it also needs some polish, some bells and whistles, some draw that's not just fucking, and maybe that's mouse controls, maybe that's just the visual style or the multiplayer or whatever. I really have to see
Right.
this game. I can't, it's hard to make a judgment about this game, based on a phrase, right? based on fucking, was that 3 sentences? That's like 5.
Right, yeah, of course. I will say that like I think 64 is like decent or whatever. It's like a fun little like on-rail shooter game for the N64. But the
Mm-hmm.
dogfighting in the game is like really fun, and I feel like if they expanded upon that, for like the online multiplayer, I feel like that could like go a long way. Like it
For
doesn't
sure.
necessarily have to be like on foot or whatever, like Assault,
I
like at
think
all.
I think my idea I would pitch, sell the speed of Star Fox more, and I think that fits well with the dogfight thing, is because like I think the on railsy nature of Star Fox a lot of times makes it feel kind of slow, right? Sell the speed a
Mhm.
little bit. Make this shit
Right.
kind of fast, right? And I think you got a good thing on your hands. So I don't know. I think Star Fox could definitely work. Summer 26, I'll have to see. If it looks good, I'll be there though. I will be there. Ready for some
Summer
Star Fox.
26, that's soon.
That is
I was
soon.
thinking like, dude, when I saw this, I didn't like initially see summer, but like, dude, it's gotta be announced soon if it wants to like come out
For sure, for sure.
like in
Also,
summer.
summer 2026. Splatoon Raiders. I think that makes sense, right? Been waiting to hear
Great.
some news about that for a minute. Fortune's
I,
Weave.
I feel like, hmm
Oh, sorry, what
I
were
feel
you gonna
like I
say?
have a Fortune Sleeve or like Splatoon Raiders could get like a direct or something like within the next 3 months. That just
Splatoon
seems like something that
Splatoon
would like
feels like it
get
would
hype
get one
among
for
the
sure.
fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I
And
mean that is a good point. I like how I do really like, I've said this before. I like how they've been doing directs for like game specific directs for like a bunch of different games, and they're just short like 10 to 20 minute things like overviewing all the games. I really like that they did that. They did it with Bonanza, Mario Kart, Tomodachi Life.
Air Riders was really funny because it was like two whole directs that was like 40 minutes long.
Mm-hmm. And
So
Riders were full ass directs, but I really like that style. I think that is just a good, fun little slice of something, and it also stops these games from showing up in every fucking direct ever, and I'll say wasting our time, but like just showing the same games over and over in like general directs when it's like just give them their own little overview direct. So I like that.
Mm,
And I hope Splatoon gets
of
one.
course,
Maybe
yeah.
maybe Fire Emblem as well. I don't know if that's the type of game that leans to that though, but we'll see. Um, yeah, Rhythm Heaven Groove Summer. I assumed that.
Right.
I definitely see more of
Sounds
that. It's
good.
weird that that game's been so MIA. And a new Switch Sports, or Switch Sports. Unsure if it's new or port.
Yeah.
I honestly hope it's new and they really go back to fucking the drawing board, because I didn't play the last one, but I just heard that shit wasn't good. I think they need to.
I have a feeling it's new.
I think they
Not
need to reapproach the board and figure out what worked with those initial Wii Sports games for sure.
a big part of why I think it's new is because the leg strap like that, the leg strap that's made for like the Switch 1 Joy-Con, and I don't know if like all of them
Ah,
are
true.
like gonna
True, true, true,
fit
true,
when you're
true.
using like the Switch 2 Joy-Con.
Right.
So at that point I have to make either a new one specifically for Switch 2 Joy-Con, or like just make a new game,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, because that's like a whole like mode that you're missing out on if you're not packaging in like the leg strap, even if you can like avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
It would just
Pikmin
be weird if
4.
like you packaged that in.
So I
like an
keep
old
cutting
game.
you off. I keep trying to segue
It's fine.
mid thought. Okay, okay. Pikmin 4 Switch 2 edition planned for this year. This is interesting to me because this is a game that I assumed was getting one at first. Then it got its big update, and I'm like, okay, well, this is the substitute, I guess. But I guess it's also just gonna get a Switch 2 edition for mouse controls and shit, which is good. That's a good thing to have with that game, the mouse controls. So that's interesting
Right,
because they
definitely.
added a lot in that free update to it already. So
Right, yeah.
I'm very interested with.
Um, One more thing I will bring up that's like not in here is the Xenoblade 2 Switch 2 edition.
Mm,
That's been rumored for the past few months. A lot of people are saying either definitive edition or like Switch 2 edition. I'm not sure what form it's gonna take. Like obviously we just had the Xenoblade X definitive edition, which didn't turn out the greatest, honestly.
right.
Um, no, definitive edition, Switch 2 edition, like that's separate from like the Switch 1
Right,
release.
right.
They
Because
haven't announced
I
yet.
know the
It's like
Switch Red at least people fucked with, but then they got the
yeah,
little
yeah,
upgrade and shit didn't turn out well.
yeah. The upgrade did not turn out well at all, but hopefully they take deliveries that they need to with like Xenoblade 2 to like make it a more palatable experience. Obviously, you can't change too much with the story.
Mm-hmm.
I mean they did that with Xenoblade X, but like I
Mm-hmm.
don't even think that's like the biggest problem about that game. It's just a bit of the um it's just with how like the level progression is and like all of the different skills. I think you need to like dial it back a bit, especially with all of the gacha stuff as well.
Absolutely.
It's just kind of like it gets to a point where it's like too much,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like you could definitely do that with like the Switch 2 edition.
Yeah, I think it definitely makes
Um,
sense that they want to revisit Xenoblade 2 because it's been a minute since that game released, and it's
right, yeah,
frankly
that
the
was
most
a
popular
Switch 1
one.
launch year.
Right.
Yeah,
It's probably the most popular one on a broad spectrum is Xenoblade 2. At least the most recognizable, I feel
yeah,
like.
yeah, definitely.
Um, and that actually gave me a thought. I don't believe it's on any of the things I pulled up, but I saw this earlier that Nintendo is considering dropping the Switch 2 edition label for games and just calling them like deluxes and shit or whatnot. And I think that is honestly a good idea. I think that is honestly a good idea because it is like the like confused grandparent trap to me.
Yeah, definitely. It's just kind of
Um,
like you can tell it's the Switch 2 edition if it's on the Switch 2 already, so you don't need to call it the Nintendo Switch 2
right,
edition.
right. All right. Minor thing though. Now back to a big thing. Ocarina of Time remake for Switch 2 coming the second half of 2026. This is presumably their big it seems to me like their big holiday game based on this lineup. And this is interesting. Nintendo has definitely done remakes before, right? Your Pokemon's done plenty of them. Your Zero Missions, your Link's Awakenings, your some of the Kirby games. But this to me is
Right.
definitely their biggest scale one, right? I think in terms of the scale of the games, they've done a couple of N64 games, but like Star Fox 64 3D and Mario 64 DS are like, you know, they're N64 games, but they were compressed to fit on less impressive consoles. This is their most technically impressive console ever in an Ocarina of Time remake. So they have to come hard here, right? They
This is a big
absolutely
deal.
have to make this a
I
big
feel like
deal. And technically the second remake of it, because the 3DS had one as well.
Ocarina of Time is like such a darling child to like Nintendo and like people that like it like that have like liked it for so long. Like you can't like mess this up and like have it be like a buggy like a Village in 5 minutes. I feel like you can do a lot with well, the art direction's already good, but I feel like you can bring it a bit more in line with like Breath of the Wild and have it a bit more cel shaded. like in certain
Definitely.
parts to make it like stand out a bit more. Maybe bring it a bit online with like
Definitely
how those games are.
on a control
Um,
camera front, modernize it for sure.
yeah, modernize the camera and all that stuff. Um,
I This is another
it's weird
one
because
like
it's weird because oh my fucking okay, it's weird because we haven't had like a traditional Zelda game like this. Uh,
in a
that plays
while.
like an Ocarina of Time since like Twilight Princess, right? Not
Right.
counting like any of the remakes
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. So,
It has been a fat
um,
minute. So,
I feel
yeah,
like
but I
they would
mean,
have
this
to
is
do.
like the type of game people want Nintendo to revisit with Zelda. This is like when motherfuckers complain about Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and the sort of direction those have taken. They're like, okay, well, I want Ocarina again. So this is kind of the answer to that. Obviously, in a remake, not a new game, so not entirely the same thing. But it's like I don't know. It's weird. It really is weird. This is to me next to Star Fox, where I'm like, I really got to see what they do here, how they readapt that game before I can make a judgment on it. But I think this has the potential to be, I mean, something really cool, right? And to
Yeah,
me, it's
definitely.
like I think Ocarina, there, the remake culture as a whole, discourse thing in and of itself. I am always of the mind of if you have a unique idea to do, it doesn't just feel like the same game. And I think it's a game that's worth revisiting. Then I'm all for a remake of that game. And no diss on Ocarina, right? As a game or as a piece of gaming history, I'll say. But it's archaic, right? I've played
Yeah,
it recently.
you
It's
say that. Yeah,
I'm not gonna say it's like utter trash. I'm not one of those guys, but it's archaic, right? Camera revolutionary, but not great by modern standards. Controls,
right.
some of the dungeon design isn't excellent. So I think there's absolutely room to revisit a game like Ocarina of Time. I'm absolutely not upset with that on paper. I really just gotta see what they do. I have to see what they do because this is
Yeah,
again
Anuma's. Yeah,
this is the biggest remake from Nintendo. Like just on paper, from on their most impressive hardware. One of the most impressive games of its time. This is a big fucking deal.
people still say Ocarina of Time is like one of the best games ever made. Like this is definitely the most ambitious remake
Mm-hmm.
that you could like even like suggest. Like Ocarina of Time 3D was just kind of like Ocarina of Time, but like on a more impressive console. So like it was kind of like hard to mess that up. Majora's Mask is another story, but like just like Ocarina of Time, it's like it's just the original game, but like better with like gyro controls. But like this is like taking it to like Shadow of the Colossus, Resident Evil 2, comparing it with like those type of games, like giving
Absolutely.
those games like putting like that game and like bringing it to the standard that like but those remakes have like done already. So I'm very curious to see what they do. Um, one thing I will note is that like Aonuma and the Zelda team has been like very experimental lately with Tears of the Kingdom and Echoes of Wisdom. They basically took like um with Echoes of Wisdom, like more specifically, they took like an older formula, just a top down like classic Zelda game or whatever, but they added stuff from like the newer games or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Just gave it that like kind of like free form, like open ended. Um, I don't want to say combat. Um, what would you even call the like duplication mechanic, like the bad thing?
Yeah,
Like
just like it's
it's just
just a interesting mechanic, I guess, because it very just
yeah,
a
right.
utilization tool, I suppose, which is
I feel like that's gonna be a deal breaker. Like if they add something that like breaks the original game in that sense, that like
that's
they
doing too
will
much. I
make it
agree,
like
for sure.
yeah, definitely. That's
But
gonna
like
like make a lot of people upset.
make the combat more in line with fucking like the normal like sword combat, obviously, or like the bow, whatever. Make that more in line with either Breath of the Wild or like a Twilight Princess, right? Touch up maybe some of the dungeons to have more modern sensibilities. And I mean, I think that's pretty free right there. I really don't think you have to do something so crazy for this to work. At the same time, can't just be the same game with a coat of paint on it, right? Because it's an N64 game, and
Exactly.
people will realize it plays like an N64 game if you just keep it the exact same.
It's
Um,
such a fine line you have to walk,
and I,
honestly.
and again, not to be on my dick riding glazing shit, I think Nintendo is generally, and the Zelda team especially, very intelligent with the ways they kind of approach these things, right? If they miss, usually it's
Right.
because it's some bold experimentation, right, that they're going for, which might be this game's detriment, but I don't foresee that happening. I think they are very
Yeah,
intelligent when they design things. They're very meticulous. They are very like they are very calculated, I feel like. I think
definitely. Yeah.
again, if a Nintendo game is bad, it's usually either like from the series where they don't have to, where they just play it safe on principle, right? Like your WarioWares or your fucking Mario sports games where they're safe on principle. But main Nintendo series, if they're bad, it's usually from like over ambition or just like trying out an idea that does not work, right?
Right. Definitely.
Which could be this game's trap. But I don't know. I don't know. Nintendo has led me to believe in the past that they have a sort of understanding of what works and what doesn't. But you never know, right? So again, I really gotta see how this comes out, right? I really gotta see how an Ocarina of Time remake exists and thrives and is.
One more thing. Put it in a gold cartridge. Just like the N64 game, you got to put that shit in the gold cartridge,
For
pin it
sure.
gold, make the label
Absolutely.
gold,
That would be so
just like
fire.
the original game. I'd love that so much. Um,
No 3D Mario in 2026, but it's coming in 2027. Yeah, I didn't did I I can't imagine people thought that we were getting 3D Mario this year. I know you're hungry. I know you get mad when people say bananas should quench your thirst, right? And you're right to want a new 3D Mario, right? Cuz by the time this
mhm.
comes out, we'll be almost or more than 10 years since Odyssey, right?
Right,
At the
yeah.
same time, fucking you just gotta hold that man. It's Mario.
Yeah, definitely. Now I have like no idea like what formula is going to take with the idea that like it was coming out this year because people were like saying that or whatever. I had the notion that it will probably like be scaled back a bit and be a bit closer to like 3D World or something like that. Now I'm not too
Yeah.
man.
Now
I don't know. It's hard to say because
now I know I'm subscribing to Super Mario Titans, of course.
no. Let's not talk about that game. That game looks like trash. We are not playing
um
Mario Titan.
and then to wrap up the Duskbloods coming later 2026, technically we knew that. And that makes sense. With all that in mind, now that we know 3 Mario's out of the picture, I think it's interesting their kind of lineup for this year because assumedly this is all the big things, right? These are mainly the large things releasing this year. There's one more thing
Mhm.
actually, but none of those are too crazy. So for this year's lineup, first of all, I'll say I don't mind this lineup, right? But I think as well, what I want to say is I think it's interesting. Um, sorry, I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
Because the conversation about their system seller this year, right? And I think, well, first of all, I'll say this: Pacopia inadvertently was that, and they 100% did not plan to. They did not plan that to be the case because they ran out of stock, which is not a thing that happens at Nintendo usually. They usually understand how much stock they need for something, but they ran out of Pacopia physically, so they absolutely did not anticipate how successful that would be. But I've seen so many people buy a Switch 2 because of Pocopia, or are trying to get one because of Pocopia. Um, so I think it's very interesting how that became a very inadvertent system seller for them as well. But besides that, because again they didn't plan that, so I think this does mean that they are banking right now on either Ocarina remake or Duskbloods as the system seller, right? And Duskbloods, I don't know because it's not a very Nintendo E game. So I think Ocarina is the game they're banking on as the system seller this year.
100%. It's gotta be.
And
It's
to
like
that
the
point,
best, like according to like so many people. Not me,
absolutely.
by the way, but
and
like if
and
you
to
like,
that point, I think this definitely
okay,
has to this has to what's the word I'm looking for? Impress. It has to impress for sure. And I feel like it's
absolutely.
going to. Again, I'm saying all this is a one sentence fucking thing on this doc from a leaker, but I feel like people will be excited for this. That is my pure gut of roll feeling, right? And again,
People
if that shit doesn't work,
for
I guess they
it,
have
like go for it with a fine tooth comb.
they sold
Definitely,
they
like
sold a
especially
couple systems with Pocopia, right? So they always have that to fall back on this year. They inadvertently
right, yeah.
cast a safety blanket for themselves.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
But I mean, if our lineup switched to this year, Pocopia, not Tomodachi Life technically, Star Fox, Splatoon Raiders, Fortune's Weave, um, Ocarina, Duskbloods. I don't think it's a bad lineup, honestly. Honestly, on a pure
That's decent.
like how I think I'll enjoy these games from, I think that is a pretty decent lineup, honestly. And then plus, again on Twitch One, but Tomodachi Life, Rhythm Heaven, which are series people have wanted to come back for forever. I think
Yeah,
I think that's
definitely.
good for sure. I will be satisfied this year. Just speaking for myself, right?
Yeah, I
Um,
don't think there are gonna be any Switch One games after Rhythm Heaven.
yeah, I think that is definitely where they
Maybe
end.
they've said that. I don't know, but like
I don't think I ever said
Rhythm
that,
Heaven would be a good
but I
one to run
think
some console.
I always say this. There's no reason why a game like Pocopia or Mario Tennis Fever wouldn't work on Switch One. So those being switched to exclusive to me indicate, or Yoshi, those being exclusive to me indicate that Rhythm Heaven and Tomodachi Life are the last ones because they were revealed before the Switch Two was. So like they're contractually obligated to put those games out on Switch One basically.
Right. Yeah.
Um, but that is that. But that is not all. From our little
Yes,
Nintendo leaks because a separate leaker came out. And this is a guy who basically predicted Nate the Hate's predictions before he put his video out. On top of some other things that Nate didn't say. He says there's two Star Fox games. The classic one is coming this summer, and then there's an adventure style one coming later. That's interesting to me. And I again, this is where it's really like, damn, this is the fucking Star Fox Renaissance, bro. Um, I said earlier that I did not care for Star Fox Adventures at all. Um, but
Yeah.
it's been about 20 years, 20 25 almost years. We could take a crack
Mm-hmm.
at it again, I guess. I'm not
We'll,
I'm
we'll,
not too
we'll see what
against
happens this
the
time.
idea. Again, I would really it depends first of all how much I even like the classic one. But then, if the adventure style one is cool, then fuck yeah, man, I'm here for it. Mario Kart World DLC 2027. I think that makes sense. Chad, I've been on the point,
Okay.
and I'll say this. I've been on the point that I think it's ridiculous. People are acting like Mario Kart World is starved for content and like we need DLC like at this moment. That to me has always been silly. There's so much to do in that game, and it's
Yeah,
like
definitely.
I don't
And it's not
it's
like people are like. It's not like you can't play like other games. Like so many of these like live service games, like in Mario Kart World or whatever, are like they're expected to like keep you like entertained, like constantly nonstop for like I don't know, like 2 years, 3 years or whatever. And I think people are just like more worried about like what's to come rather than like what they already have, like at this
Mm-hmm.
point. So like
For sure.
at this point, just like wait.
But if
And
Mario
I
Kart
fully
World
expect
DLC is
like
next year,
200cc. Yeah, and I fully expect like 200cc to come out in like an update or something, like
for
sometime
sure.
during the of
Absolutely.
like Nova or
Absolutely.
whatever.
If that shit's next year, I'm happy with that. I'm perfectly content with the game as it is. And if I
Yeah,
wasn't, then I had Kirby Air Riders to hold me over. So
yeah,
even if I
definitely.
wasn't, I had options. Super Metroid remake
Hmm.
with pixel art style. And
I'm
it says that's
very.
close. This is another one that I'm interested in, right? I do like that they're keeping the
Mm,
pixel art style. I think that's neat. Yeah, I don't know. I really got to see what they change with this. This is not on paper nearly as exciting to me as the Ocarina remake, because there's much less modernization. I feel like you have to do for Super Metroid. Um,
hmm.
but I don't know. I would have to say. I would have to say. I'm not counting it fully out. I just like, oh shit, drink.
Yeah, yeah, sorry. I wouldn't I would have counted it out if it didn't say it would like it would have the pixel art style. It feels like they understand like
Definitely.
what made that game so special just by like just by acknowledging the art direction the game had like from being on like the Super Nintendo or whatever. I feel like that's a good move.
The question then is how they
Um
readapt the pixel art of that game. But you know, and it's interesting because I don't know when the fucking last pixel art game Nintendo's done has been. Was it like Mario
I
Maker
actually
2? Technically, I guess, but that's all fucking Mario shit. That's all old Mario shit. When's the last time they've done a pixel art game, like a fully original pixel art game?
it would have to be on like NES Remix doesn't count either.
Right, because that's
Um
all NES shit. When is the last time they've done it?
Shit.
Huh, that's really
Maybe
interesting.
Mario Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. If that uses
Ooh,
like,
like the 3DS
if
remake,
that is
yeah,
sprite based, the
yeah,
3DS remake,
yeah.
I'd say so.
All the Mario Luigi's up till Brothership were sprite based, yeah. So damn on the
Yeah, right.
3DS, wow, so that's
That was
interesting.
like late 3DS as well. Like
Um,
that's like,
And then Mercury Steam is working on Metroid 6. Good. I assumed that was the case, but
good.
I'm glad we're getting confirmation. Will not be out in 2026, is all it says. That's fine. Um,
Does it not say Mercury Steam is working on the Super Metroid remake, or does it just say Super Metroid remake with pixel art?
it just says that. I don't know who would be on it. I don't feel like
Oh,
Mercury
okay.
Steam. I feel like they don't have a history with pixel art now.
Yeah, that's what like held me up like beforehand.
I feel like they would get
Yeah, no.
another studio on. Maybe like a maybe I mean maybe just like a way forward, right? Like something simple like that.
I did do yeah, Advance Wars remakes like not too
Yeah,
long
yeah.
ago.
So maybe like they just get
So
way forward on that. I feel like I definitely feel like it's not by
that would be
Mercury
nice.
Steam. But Metroid 6 good. And hey, another prediction lock for me, dude. New Wario Land, possibly 2027. I've been on this shit too. I've been saying, much like Star Fox, Wario is coming back, bro. I've felt the Wario renaissance for
He's
a
got
minute. I felt
he's
it for
been
a
going
minute.
for
I said, and especially after Bonanza, I'm like, okay, they're taking this opportunity. They're giving some fucking more chances to the larger Mario cast. This is Wario's time, and I fully believe that, and my hands are up. I
yeah.
said
I
it's either
feel
gonna
like there's
be
been a bit of
a
like
new
puzzle platformers, like not of 2D platformers. There's been like plenty of those to go around, but like specifically puzzle platformers that like require you to like process the level or whatever. I feel like Wario Land kind of like fit that void pretty
mhm.
nicely, and the fact that we haven't gotten one when we had a whole period of like Nintendo like having too many like 2D games like in the 3DS era is just like insane to me. How like that never
Absolutely,
even like came up at any point.
absolutely.
So like we are like more than overdue for like a new Wario Land. Not to
And
mention the fact that like yeah.
no, no, yeah, no, okay.
Yeah, not to mention the fact that like this style of gameplay has had like a bit of a renaissance lately with
That's
games like
exactly what
Pizza
I was
Tower.
I was thinking.
Yeah, okay, good.
With
And,
the
and
with
like
the
Anton Block.
the the big huge surge of Pizza Tower, I think it would be foolish of Nintendo, honestly, to not try to get a piece of that. I think
Absolutely.
like that game has created free marketing for you.
Yeah, you absolutely yeah.
I
Um,
and I'm happy with all that too, right? If fucking if we're looking at 3D Mario, Wario Land, Metroid 6 maybe, um, MK World DLC, another Star Fox. I'm that's already looking good for
in
fucking
Wind
next year.
Waves.
And Wind and Waves,
Yeah,
yeah. Next year already looks fire, bro. Um,
definitely.
and again, we'll see what happens. On the topic of Nintendo, still, we got one more thing I want to talk about from them real quick, because there's not too much to talk
Oh
about, I
yeah.
guess. But Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, the
Oh
demo
yeah.
has
I
released.
did play this. Yeah. Um.
I checked this out. I'm so ready. April 16th, dude. This game, aside from like a few minor nitpicks I have, is looking like the game I've wanted fucking for the entire Switch generation. I've wanted a
Right.
sequel to Tomodachi
Absolutely.
Life for so long, especially after Miitopia, and I had all the shit in that. I'm like, yo, it would be stupid not to do this in Tomodachi Life, and now they're doing it, and it's fucking peak, bro.
People just love memes. People have always just loved memes from like Wii Sports and like onwards or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And Nintendo's just tried to like filter them out in like the last couple of years with like the Switch generation. Um,
Which I think is
but
a,
like
a
like
fully foolish move on them on their part.
yeah, absolutely. It's just kind of like they kind of exploded and they should have just like stuck with it instead of like trying to like shoot them under the rug in games like Nintendo Switch Sports,
I'm
which
trying to
is
make the
like
fucking sports
Wii
mates a
Sports is
thing.
like synonymous with movies. Yeah, exactly. Which makes like a terrible avatar for your creators for yourself because you can only make it like look different in like three different ways or whatever. There's not really that many ways you can customize that in a way you can customize a me. Even in like even like in the Wii, where like the
Absolutely.
customization tools were like very limited compared to now with like Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. Oh my god, have you seen the like customization for this game? It's like
Yes, dude. I've been
it's
seeing
crazy.
so many memes and everyone in this current fucking social media economy, dude. I'm seeing so many characters, dude. Like every character I see is someone different, dude. So all the fucking everyone's hyperfixations and everything, and it's so awesome, dude. It's so this game I think is perfectly with the face paint shit capturing the essence of peak Tomodachi Life. I think absolutely this shit looks excellent. And like and
Yeah,
I have the most minor complaints, right? Like I'll say the biggest one I guess is the lack of me sharing, right? Would be nice, especially with
right.
everything happening. At the same time, the lack of it has caused them to add no swear filter, which is extremely funny.
Hmm.
So yeah,
That is very funny.
at this point I'm almost fine with it, because that becomes the alternative. Because now you can make them say shit like, do you like a small cock or a large cock? I want a Mondo cock.
I want to talk.
um,
Yeah, it's I feel like the other part is like I don't know. It's just kind of like hard to talk about like the rest of the game like from this demo because all we kind of have is like the free Mii's or
it's
whatever.
very limited, but
It's like keep
off of the little taste I can
yeah,
get,
like
loved what I got to play. I love getting to make them ease. I can't wait. This shit looks and like my only other complaint.
yeah, definitely.
Um, well, a couple. First of all, the songs are looking like they're gone. That sucks. I loved the songs in the first game. So they're really
Yeah,
gone, and that's unfortunate. And also, like, not getting to pick the color of their clothes, and it's based on their personality type, is a little lame to me. But like, whatever. They're not gonna be.
yeah,
But by the time I'm fucking 5 hours in, they won't be wearing their normal clothes anyways. So it doesn't really matter.
yeah. Yeah,
But
it doesn't
like,
matter.
this is
Holy
looking like a dream game for me, dude. This is looking like an absolute dream.
they released the demo fairly early. I have to wait another like
Yeah,
another
for
3 weeks to play.
how short that demo was, they definitely dropped that shit too early, dude. Fucking now I'm just I want more. I want more.
Right, yeah. Um
um, but we will absolutely be here. Speaking of dream games, you know,
how do you want to take
I
the stage? It's,
I will absolutely take the stage, chat. I've gotten about 3 or 4 hours into Damon and Baby. I'm told it's like up to 20, which is unfortunate. I thought it was shorter than that. Um, yeah, I won't waste too much time here. But if you'll remember, chat, during the Arxis presentation, Daisuke tried to show him the shit off, and it was like, "This is the next era of action game for Arxis. This is the type of game we'll be making, moving forward." And then they showed the trailer, and it looked so ass, bro. It looked so ass.
dude, I remember being in that call watching that trailer. Every dead silent. Like from like Daisuke talking about like how this is gonna be like the next big thing. Like everyone was like really exciting. Oh, this is gonna be like Guilty Gear like Rev 2 or something like that. And then like followed by it's like a top down isometric run and gun game, like
Mm-hmm.
MMO style thing, and it was just dead silent.
Yeah.
It was like
Uh
so deflating.
Chat, and I'll tell you,
Uh,
this game is ass, bro. This game is ass. This shit is actually cheeks. The gunplay feels terrible. The dialogue is terrible. Um, the level design isn't great.
mhm.
The sound mixing is awful. I mean, and the music's not too good either. But the sound mixing is awful, bro. It's really bad. This is can't say much. Technically, I haven't locked it in on anything yet because we still gotta do the meeting at the end of the month. But Codex Awards is looking kind of bright this year, chat. Oh my god, we
Mhm.
got there's actually been a good amount of dog shit, so we have more than this. But you know, yeah, that's all I have to say on Damon and Baby. I just wanted to bring it up because I've been playing it, and it's really really bad. It's really really bad in a way that I love playing bad games. Like, that is Damon and Baby. We also, in less fun news, have Tim Sweeney. We have Tim Sweeney's at it again.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, this is really
Epic
unfortunate
Games
to
lays
hear.
off over 1,000 employees. Today, we're laying off over 1,000 Epic employees. I'm sorry we're here again. The downturn in Fortnite engagement that started in 2025 means we're spending significantly more than we're making, and we have to make major cuts to keep the company funded. This layoff, together with over 500 million of identified cost savings in contracting, marketing, and closing some open roles, puts us in a more stable place. Yeah, I guess sucks, bro. This sucks for a game that I really enjoy to drop such a huge chunk of its staff. Um, and it's I'm still playing the game, but it makes engaging with someone like the collabs and shit so much less fun with the perspective of this of like, okay, well, this is the fucking shit they're spending their money on instead of paying their employees. And like the fact that they still want to run that creator program and pay the fucking steel of brain rot guys like 13K a day is just like, oh my
Mm,
god, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. Shit sucks, bro.
yeah, it's always heartbreaking when like a set of layoffs like happens like this in like the games industry. Like so many people are trying to like have their creative foot in the door or whatever, but like the people at top kind of like they kind of like need to make the money,
Yeah,
so
right.
like they just kind of like just take it out like on the people that are just like trying to do the job, like that
And
aren't expecting something like this.
and what's crazy is it looks like from the way the firing process seems, it seems like they literally went through a list of the people they were paying the most and fired them. It's like they fired the 1,000 highest paid employees because you have people like the motherfucker who designed Jonesy and the other default skins is getting fired. What, bro? That motherfucker
That's
designed
crazy.
Jonesy and fucking and a whole bunch of other people who've been here since like the beginning, bro. Since even before the fucking battle royale days are getting fired, and it's like okay, man, okay, but you want to have tung 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 fucking Sahora in the game, right?
Yeah.
Shit sucks, bro. Shit
Yeah,
is
they're
fucking tragic.
definitely trying to like offset a lot of the a lot of the cost that like happened in when Disney like bought like a huge share of like Epic Games. Like I forgot the
Mm-hmm.
name of the company for a while, but like they bought a huge stock in like Epic Games, and now they're making this like Fortnite X Disney thing, which is probably gonna bum because I don't think people want to watch like Disney Plus movies in like a Fortnite lobby with like other people
All right.
or whatever. That just sounds stupid. And I think
Mm-hmm.
they've got some other stuff as well, but like I feel like they're just like dumping so much money into the area that like probably like they won't get that back. Like what happens when that fails? Like more people are gonna get like laid off because of it, and like the people at top are just gonna sit pretty. It's like the games industry just fucking sucks, man.
Oh my god, you
For
you
like
mentioned
everyone
fucking Disney investing money. I didn't even think of writing this down. The whole Sora AI shutting down shit, dude. I didn't even think about
oh,
that.
oh my god,
Cause
yeah.
Disney investing mad money in that, and then those motherfuckers shut down, bro.
Yeah, they pulled out like as soon as like it shut down. Well, obviously you can't invest in something that's like not dead,
Right.
but um yeah, that's ultimately like a good thing. But
Mm-hmm.
but like I feel like that's like a band-aid solution to like
Absolutely.
I feel like there's like something bigger, like a bigger problem
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna like arise in the next few years in
Mm-hmm.
regards to those like AI stuff. So we'll just have to like see what happens. But for now, like it's a good news. It's good news
Yeah,
because the
for
AI
sure.
was like so much trouble for like a lot of creatives.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Definitely have to
They
see
definitely like
what the future holds with
should have been
that.
on top of that like a lot sooner.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
As soon as they found out like about like deepfakes and like AI or whatever, they should have been like on top of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Um,
just, but I'm
yeah,
getting off
because
topic, definitely.
right. This
uh,
Fortnite shit is mad unfortunate. I'm seeing like mad motherfuckers swear off this game now. Like motherfuckers who have been in the Fortnite creator space for a minute are swearing off of Fortnite because of the shit, and it's just fucking like, I mean, I get it, bro. You know, I get it, bro. This shit sucks.
yeah, I couldn't imagine like getting ready to like go to work in the morning and then finding out on like an article like this that like you've lost
On
your job
fucking
or like
on the
whatever,
Hypex.
like a fucking like email that like okay, you're gone,
Yeah,
bye.
absolutely, bro. Shit sucks. I hope all these fucking employees can find more work. Fucking, because mad talent has gone into this game, and shit is just wasted. Shit is just wasted, bro. All right. Last couple little news stories. This is more general news we got
Um,
going on here. Kick streamer Clavicular has been arrested on an assault charge. It's his second arrest in 6 weeks. Earlier today, he streamed himself shooting a gun at an alligator.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
but this is not all. I don't have it pulled up, but there was a TMZ article that said um or okay, wait, hold up. Okay, this does not actually explain the charge well. He got arrested because he apparently instigated a fight between two women, right? That being the assault
Right.
charge, right? Um, but
Mm-hmm.
but apparently, as he claims, or as sources claim, I should say, um, the TMZ article I think said Clavicular did not instigate fight between two women because he's autistic. Sources say, and like, what does that mean?
Okay.
What does that mean?
Actually, what does that mean?
And he didn't instigate the fight because he's autistic? What the fuck does that mean? Autistic people can't
Is
instigate now?
is that an insult? That sounds like an insult. Oh, you got punched a woman because you're autistic. Like that doesn't even sound like a real like actual thing you would actually say. That's so fucking stupid.
Oh my god, bro. No, he could have instigated that fight, man. He's autistic. My boy's on the spectrum. Oh my god. Not much to this. I just wanted to bring this up because this is very funny. Also, shooting at an alligator. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my god. Oh my god. This motherfucker look here is a clown. Speaking of clowns, I've been seeing this shit going around. The
Yeah.
Fruit Love Island bullshit. There's
Oh
some
my.
good videos to watch, chat. If you've not, I recommend the Jarvis Johnson video on this. If you've not seen anything, but I mean, there's plenty of videos about this going around. Essentially, this TikTok creator out of nowhere started posting AI videos of like Love Island, but they're like fruit, right? Like the reality show Love Island, but they're fruit. And it blew up out of
Mhm.
nowhere, and a lot of dumb motherfuckers are are um are tweeting fucking this, that, and the third fucking, oh, I love Love Island. I can't wait to da ba da ba da. And then people clap back, right, as they do when they see AI slap like this. And then the creator's been on a fucking tirade, said some fucking transphobic shit, said some other shit. And it's essentially just like, oh, God, I don't care if I'm wasting water. I'll do what I want. Just let people have fun, enjoy my content. You guys are just mad. Get a job, right?
It's so dumb.
It's
It's
so
so.
dumb. And then they put out this statement. Reads, uh, "I never in a million years expected this series to get this big, and I definitely never asked for this level of attention. It started as a silly thing after I saw all the AI fruit videos, but clearly a lot of people are watching, talking, reposting, and obsessing over it, whether they want to admit it or not. What a lot of people also ignore is how much time these videos take. I write the scripts, plan the scenes, and keep redoing things because the AI generation messes up constantly. Each episode takes hours, and some of y'all definitely won't understand that until you try it. You don't have to like it, but acting like it takes no effort while constantly talking about it is ridiculous. The fact I have created something so worthy of people's time is truly unbelievable. A lot of people genuinely enjoy it. That's not my fault." Um, so I mean, first of all, just
Okay.
on principle, just a level of ignorance to be like, guys, my animated series took me 2 hours is like ridiculous. Like, come on, bruh. Um, I had to
Like I don't.
write, I had to type things into Sora AI. Come on, guys, I did my
I had
job.
to. I did my job. I told something else what to do instead of doing it myself.
Also, I mean, just the kind of modern Gen Z ignorance I feel like of fucking like, um, you don't like it? Well, then stop talking about it. Is like, just a deeply
It
fucking
just
ignorant, fucking stupid thing that
it just kind of like gets to a point where like people just kind of like ignoring that stuff just so like they don't like feel bad about it.
mm-hmm,
Like they kind of like care about like how they feel like rather than like the fucking environmental repercussions or like the
absolutely.
like about it. Um That's a fucking Fruit Love Island. It's so dumb. It's like, what do you even people even like this to begin with?
Absolutely.
It's just Love Island, but with fucking fruit.
And I love that they're like,
Does
oh,
it?
it takes so much to redo the scenes and shit. if you've seen, again, I watched the Jarvis Johnson shit. I did not like support this through views on TikTok. But if you've seen like an episode of this, dude, it sucks. Like there's no consistency between character designs ever. Shit, the animation isn't good because it's fucking ChatGPT. Of course it isn't. But like this motherfucker doesn't try. You say all this like I put so much effort in. Your shit looks like ass, bro. You don't fucking try. Your shit sucks.
Yeah, it's just like people just kind of don't have standards when it comes to this thing. Like really,
Mm-hmm.
people are like, I feel like another thing as well is that people are like more concerned about like whether or not, like with AI specifically, people are more concerned on like whether or not people like think it looks good rather than like whether or not it's like ethical.
Right.
So like
Absolutely.
when it starts to look good, like ready draw the line, it's
Right.
just kind of like
Absolutely.
I don't think people like I think people kind of care for the wrong reasons in that regard. You just gotta like be more like about it,
Mm-hmm.
be more honest about it because the fact that this is like I don't know how popular is this? Is this is like
I think I might be wrong. I think this is the fastest growing TikTok account ever.
dude, fastest growing TikTok account. That's like ridiculous. Like if you're getting to that level from like fucking Fruit Love Island, or like none of the designs actually like are consistent or anything, then like I think you gotta look at yourself and
Absolutely,
like
bro.
reconsider the stuff that you're actually consuming or
Like, look at
watching.
this bullshit.
Like this looks so dumb, so bad.
This banana guy in particular is never consistent. Sometimes his face is like this. Sometimes he's just yellow. Sometimes he is like physically a banana. Sometimes
Is
he's
that
like
supposed to
fat.
be a strawberry?
Yeah, that's like a strawberry lady.
Uh,
That's so funny
okay.
because she's like, oh, I write the scripts, but also just steals again from the Jarvis Johnson video, just steals plot points from the show Love Island, like twists and shit that happen in that show. They just take and
Dude,
repurpose
Love
for
Island itself isn't even good. This is just
right,
like you're
right.
just making Love Island but worse, which
This
is
is
already bad. So like,
trash repurposed to more trash to worse, smellier trash. Yeah.
but the guy is a banana this time.
Can't wait for this. And you know what? This creator's talking all this shit, but fucking like, as is the trend with this AI bullshit, it's immediately consumable and then you move on. Anyone can make this, and this is gonna bite them in the ass when someone else does make this, and then everyone moves on to that thing and forgets about this in a week. And I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for this fucking bullshit to be forgotten, bro.
I'm waiting for like a vegetable Shark Tank or
Vegetable
fucking
Shark
like
Tank.
dairy or like dairy fucking Mythbusters or some bullshit. What reality TV shows do people watch?
Oh
People
my
don't watch
god.
Mythbusters. That's like old as fuck.
Fucking impractical jokers, but they're fucking like cats.
Impractical Jokers, but
Like the
yeah,
impractical meowers. It's just alright. And
that's
then
great. You just
we
gave this
have
dude his next big idea.
the impractical meowers, dude. Come
I
on.
mean, so
Alright.
did I, but like, let's not worry about
And
that.
then definitely the oldest thing on here, but one of my favorite situations of the last week or so. And the last thing I pulled up for now, um, Brazilian football player, uh, or Brazilian footballer, Jorgenho, I think. I don't, that, crucify me. It says Chappell Roan security guard spoke to his wife and daughter in an extremely aggressive manner while they were staying at the same hotel as the singer. He said his daughter recognized Chappell and simply walked past the singer's table to confirm it was her, prompting the security guard to approach their table and tell his wife she shouldn't allow her daughter to disrespect or harass other people. He added that the guard said he would file a complaint with the hotel. So this situation is crazy. You can't really read it from here on the
This
thing.
is
I can hardly read it,
This is a
honestly.
very strange situation.
Very strange situation, and it's been a week since this happened, so there's been debate on both sides. I saw something recently where the security guard said, "Yo, I don't even work for her, man. My fault." And that's what she said too. That's what Chappell said in response. I don't know how much I believe that, because it feels weird that a hotel security guard would do that for someone who he doesn't even work with. But like, whatever. You know,
Right.
I'm not in the room where it happened, so whatever. But this is a whole thing. I've been seeing motherfuckers fry her. I my funny the funniest meme out of this, the shit I love seeing, is when people act like Chappell Brown fucking killed that kid. Like it's gone so far
This is
beyond
funny.
that she was mean to
I mean,
her, and it's
honestly,
like Chappell Roan fucking murdered that child.
she fucking murdered that kid. It's like the Hassan like dog taser thing, like in like
Yeah,
Brighton or whatever. It's
that
just
shit
people
was
are
so
just
funny
taking
too.
it like a whole other level with it, and
Yeah, but I mean,
well, dude, yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of like
this is a
a bad
very
situation.
unfortunate situation for everyone involved, because this is Chapo kind of has a streak building of incidents where she has been kind of asshole-ish, right? Um, so this kind of culminated in this as well. Fucking her. Like who yells at a what 11-year-old, right? Who yells at an 11-year-old kid, bro?
Yeah,
Like,
right. I just don't think like 100% of the times where she's being like asshole-ish or like think for herself has been like completely justified.
yeah,
Like,
right.
you know what I mean? As like a celebrity, I feel like you shouldn't
There's a
like
line for
even
sure.
if you're like struggling with like like becoming a celebrity and like being like in the like spotlight 100% of the time, I feel like there should be like you are a role model. You are a role model to like so many people, and like you want to like
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
be the person that they think that you are, whatever. And I feel like not saying that you should like not saying that like you should like abandon like who you are just to like appease like people that like you don't know or whatever, but like just be nice. Just don't be a
Be
fucking dick
nice,
about
bro.
it.
Cause who yells at a fucking 11-year-old kid who just walked by your table? I you know, I'll have the take, and fucking like there's absolutely more evil things to do, right? Murder,
Definitely,
sexual assault. There's more evil things to do, but this is like not justified, I guess. But this is like one of the most like unreasonable, I guess, in terms of like what reason do you have? There's reasons why someone murders a person. What reason is there? What reason is there to do this, man? I can't even see the through line where you're like, ah, yes, let me yell at this all, like it's cartoon villain shit, bro. It's fucking twirling the mustache, damsel tied to the train tracks, cartoon villain shit.
yeah. I feel like you can't make the point that like she just got up that morning because it was like breakfast or whatever, and she was like like feeling like shit or whatever. But like I don't wanna assume anything because like I wasn't there, you know.
Right,
So it's just hard to like say that like oh she probably like regretted it later and like it was like just a big mistake or whatever because like I don't know that.
right.
So it's
I'll
just kind
go
of
on record. I have no hard stance on this because we were not in the room where it happened, right? Um,
exactly right.
but it's very funny. It is
It is
deeply
very
funny.
funny. That
Um,
kid deserved to die.
with that, I mean, about an hour and a half
Um
recording. I don't know if you have anything you want to bring up or discuss before we sign off.
I do have some breaking news here.
Oh,
Just my timeline right here. Um
all right.
the price for Avatar, the fighting game, like Avatar Legends, the fighting game, just came out, and it's
Ooh, okay.
$30. $30
thirty
for the
dollars.
standard edition.
Okay,
and
okay, nice,
49 for the
affordable.
deluxe edition.
Okay,
And they also announced Azula as well. So
Azula.
that
Okay,
game,
fire.
um,
That game looks pretty fucking
this game's
heat, dude.
coming along like really nicely. There's a few
I saw some
cool fighting
Invincible
games that are showing
versus
up like
shit
here and there.
on the side while I was going through some other shit.
Yeah, there's like
Oh,
a
they announced
good few fighting
Conquest.
games that are
Oh
coming out this year.
shit.
Oh,
They announced
oh,
Conquest, dude. That's fucking fire.
there must be there must be like an Evo thing or something today because they
Maybe,
also
maybe. Same. Oh shit. Wait, was it Nissa fucking announced already? Or is that part of his
I don't
moveset?
know.
That's
Okay.
fucking awesome.
20 minutes ago, yeah.
Wasn't Nissa announced already?
Open beta on April 9th to 11th. Okay.
This game looks sick. I can't wait for this shit
And the
either too.
first and the more confirmed as Year 1 DLC characters.
I guess in that way, Tokon, right? Tokon has just announced Penny Parker, W choice. I fuck with that.
Great choice. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Like the Spider-Man team, the Amazing
the
Guardians or whatever, with like
the
Star-Lord.
Amazing Defenders, I think. The Amazing
Yes,
Defenders.
the Amazing Guardians because Star-Lord's there in that team.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah.
kind of like meshing it together now. Which is
Actually,
like
not so
that's
kind of.
cool because they're not gonna like go by
Fucking.
the standard like groups for all of these different superhero like teams or whatever. Like we have the X-Men. I think it's called the like I forgot what the X-Men team was called. It was like
The Unbreakable X-Men, was that it?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, so we have that, then we have Amazing Guardians, and then we have three more.
Mm-hmm.
And people are looking at the I don't know, like the Avengers logo kind of it looks a bit like a four.
Yeah, yeah, I've been
Like
seeing
a four,
that.
like
Where
an
it
A and
kind of
four,
looks
something
like
like
a
that.
mesh of the Fantastic Four and Avengers. I'm still not fully subscribed to that theory, but if it happens, then, fuck it.
Yeah, whatever. They can probably do something fun with it. Like probably get She-Hulk in there, get like maybe Richard Reed or like Johnny Storm, Sue Storm, whatever whoever's like you can put from the Fantastic Four in there, like that would like make that like what that team is, if that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know. So um like fighting games have been kind of like
Yeah, it's a very up and down
but there's
process
a
right
lot
now
like
with Tekken got another bad patch and fucking the whole Alex Street Fighter shit. Oh, I guess
dude,
that's something we
we're
didn't
not
bring up.
talking about that. We're not
Yeah,
talking about that.
that's a whole thing. That's a whole thing.
um
So, but I mean, Invincible
yeah,
versus looks fire in Avatar and Tokon. So we're very up and down. Oh fucking
yeah,
uh
we can keep it
uh
up a chat, but like we're definitely in the down the trend at the moment.
what's his name? Kenshiro from fucking Fist of the North Stars
Oh,
and City of the
Kiro
Wolves.
from yeah in City of the Wolves. Yeah,
That's fire. That City of
that
Wolves
happened the
is fire. I
other day
haven't
as
played it in a
well.
minute, but that is a fire game, and that's a fire pick. Kenshiro is a fire pick.
That's a great choice. I just wish that like I don't know. It just kind of like depends on like if other people like play this fighting game like a certain amount, and then I'll like get it, and then I'll get
Conquest
my
is
money out of
the
it.
final
But
fighter for the
it's
main
still like
roster. Okay, that makes sense.
it's such a fine few between, honestly. Like that I like just don't really
Oh shit! Oh, they showed the first
like find
two.
an opportunity like to play these kinds of games with like other people, which I would only like want to
The
do.
fraud immortal. Okay. Okay, I'm not
Okay.
mad at that. I'm not mad at that base
Avatar
roster
releases
then.
July 2nd. Avatar releases July 2nd, coming out on Switch 2 as well.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. I
Um, yeah, that's I think that's about it. Unless you have anything that you wanted to bring up.
I think I've expanded or expended the kind of recent news here. So I think if you're ready to wrap up, then I think we got it, bro.
Yeah, I think that's the wraps. That's
All right,
everything.
well, guys, that was the episode one. Maybe there will be more. Who knows? Of the KFE podcast, bro. The
The KFE
Kentucky
podcast,
Fried Emu podcast, bro.
dude. That it's already sticking. It's stuck.
The KFE.
I'll
I
make
fuck
a
with the
logo for it.
KFE, bro.
I'll be down to make a logo for it, honestly.
Alright, okay, for sure. I could use that for sure.
Yeah. 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 Nothing much. That's kind of like I know. Like I've been looking forward to this for a while. I'm excited that we
Absolutely.
finally started to like do this.
Absolutely, bro.
Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, I didn't expect this to go as long as it did. Actually, we started at
Alright,
like what
about an hour
12 on my
40.
end. This one is like, okay, that's a decent length for like a podcast. Obviously, like we can balance it out a bit more.
Episode one, I
Um,
think I think that's pretty fucking good, bro.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I do want to like give this a few more shots though. I don't want to like if this does well or whatever. Whatever that's like up in the air. But like I just want to like see
I
where this
think
goes
this
because
could
there's
be
a lot
something.
of
I
potential.
actually, I was considering the idea. I don't know how you feel about this. Of doing this live, even maybe just chilling in chat and shit, and just fucking repurposing that as the podcast.
Okay, okay, I like the sound of that. Um, we could, yeah, we'll just see where it goes. Honestly,
Absolutely,
we can
for
do that
sure,
at some point.
for sure.
Um, I don't know if I have any other notes actually. I just nah, I'm all out. I got nothing.
I
That's it.
well then, I think we can do our little sign off. I'll let you say your piece for the goodbyes.
Uh, yeah, thanks for having me on. If you guys want to find me, I'm at Viva Nova with two A's on X or Twitter, the everything app.
Twitter, the
Um,
everything app.
fucking yeah. I have a Twitch account, but I think it's by my old alias, so like I have to change that before I start like parading that or whatever. I
Mm-hmm.
like used it twice. um, yeah, that's about it, really. That's all I have to say. Check me out on my socials. I'll be here again. I'll show up on like Bloody Stream maybe like sometime in the future because yeah, I don't know. I just put it around, I guess.
Absolutely. Chat, you know where to
Bloody
find me. Y'all know where to find me, bro. At Twitch/Bloody Pikachu. That's me, bro. We're live weekends. We're actually recording this on Saturday, so I'm not live this weekend. But that's because we had to record this. um, but take
Mhm.
care, y'all. Have a good one. I will see you. This will actually go. This video will go out before I'm live next. So I guess I'll see y'all on the next stream, bro. Take care. Have a good one. Y'all are the goats. Nova, thank you for stopping by
Take
for
care.
episode
Thank
one
you for having
of
me.
the KFE podcast.
KFE.
Goodbye.